All right, everybody, welcome back to the second match of the night. We have Carson going up against Vinny, and they are doing a gross match play. It's going to be another 6 holes. Honestly, I've got no clue which course they picked, so it's going to be a surprise for you and for me. I'm here joined with Sam Jagoda, aka Sam Jagoda Golf. Check him out. He's always down here hanging with us at the ranch, playing all sorts of fun games. He's going to be my co-commentator here as we get into it. So, Sam, thanks for joining us tonight.
Absolutely, thanks for having me. If I can throw in one question for the new viewers and myself, what is the meaning of whatever rules you just said?
Perfect. The gross match play means in golf, when you use a handicap, that's typically your net score. So you play, and if you get a 5 on a par 5, but your handicap gives you an extra stroke, that would mean you got a net 4, a net birdie.
Okay.
Gross means you're playing just the strokes you hit. So there will be no assistance from the handicaps here, and match play keeps things kind of balanced if you've got golfers in different skill ranges, because Carson could have a blow-up hole, he could have 10 strokes, and Vinny could get in and get down for 4 or 3 or something like that. And instead of being 7 strokes back or whatever might happen in stroke play, which is traditional golf, match play, you just go down, each hole is a point, basically.
Gotcha.
So they're going to be going back to back, and you can see on the screen the abbreviation A/S stands for all square. So we're going to see as this match goes on, they'll go 1 up, 1 down, all square kind of as they go back and forth. And this will cut the match early. Say if Carson goes up 4-0, it'll just be done right then and there because Vinny's got no chance to come back.
I like it, I'm excited.
Yeah, no, great question, man. So Carson's got the honors. He's going to step up, and he is at a 335-yard par 4. There's some trouble to the left. Oh, they're playing PGA National. We just got word. So PGA National, and looks like Carson electing to go with a long iron here to take the water out of play. There's no worse feeling, Sam, than hitting an iron off the tee into the water. So I pray for Carson that doesn't happen.
Absolutely. That looks like that's going to be pretty perfect there.
Carson with his patented low runner. Let's see how much roll they've got at PGA National this time of year.
Wow, too deep from Carson. He's in the sand.
Rolled it right into the sand. Luckily, he's got about 115, and for top tracer, the sand when you're in the back of the bunkers like that or in the fairways, it doesn't come into too much trouble. It's really only when you're up against a lip like that. Vinny wasting no time, needing all the distance he can get. Electing to go driver off the tee. Probably the most consistent golfer we've got out here in the field tonight. This man, he is the mayor of Tempo Town.
Yes, he's got the stealth in hand, and it looks like he might be playing maybe a little fade here or something. He has not adjusted the aiming point, so
yep,
he's playing a little left to right action with the driver. It's a little bit of a scary shot, first one, but if anybody can do it, it's Vinny.
There it is, Vinny, like the absolute machine that he is, just absolutely pummeled it right down the middle. And I tell you what, Sam, as a lefty, there's nothing scarier to me than trouble left, because I have that natural slice a lot of baseball players get. Dude, when we were in San Diego in school, I broke probably 3 or 4 windshields on boats. There was a boat yard along a par 3.
That's expensive.
Dude, I got to the point where I just stopped playing that hole. I would just pick up and walk.
I'm the same. I'm right-handed, but I always move the ball right to left. Can't control it.
Yeah.
If you want to know what the left side of any golf course looks like, I'm your man.
Dude, Sam's your guy.
I'm all over that side.
Carson's at a nice, comfortable 115 in. As long as he doesn't go left, the bunker should be out of play.
Yeah.
The 100 to 110 is Carson's bread and butter. He said it's his most comfortable distance, so we'll see if he can deliver here.
And I think this is a spot in the sand where it's not going to be a factor. We play it just like 115.
Oh no, and Carson did go left. We'll see if he can catch a piece of the green. He doesn't. He is going to be in the bunker. He is close to the pin, so 7 yards. We mentioned in matches before, the size of your targets when you start putting in Top Tracer is dictated by how close to the pin you are, but the amount of targets you've got and that target size is also dictated by if you're in a hazard on the green in the rough. So not the best thing for him. If Vinny can put it up on the green anywhere close to the pin, he'll have a much better opportunity than Carson will.
This is an interesting shot here. There is bunker short and long, so he really has to find that zone, which is an all-field shot. It could be maybe a bit long, but it should be fine. It's right at the flag.
Deep is the bigger part of the green. I don't know if I could call that quite a safe play. And it's going to be interesting to see here. He's 20 yards away, but on the green. So we'll see how much of a variance there is in their targets for putting.
I'm interested to see who has more room. Is it
Yeah.
Carson being closer but in the sand, or is it Vinny being on the green?
Yep.
He's further away.
Looks like Vinny, depending on which target he goes for. Vinny really likes that 100-yard target, so he's probably got like 5-6 feet for birdie, a little bit bigger than what it's showing on the screen. Probably about 23 feet for par. He is pretty dialed in most nights with that 100-yard shot. We'll see how he does. Oh, looks like he left it out right. I don't know if he's going to catch it. It looks like he might, as long as it's got the distance.
Safe par?
Yep, safe par. Good job for Vinny. He puts the pressure on Carson now. Carson does have a small chance. Look at that. It's almost identical.
It's identical, yeah. And it looks like Carson's angle is a little different, but
Yep.
he still does have access to whatever he wants. So
Yeah.
it's pretty much negligible.
Interesting. So that's good for all you guys to note down at home. I mean, Vinny was almost triple the distance away, but because he was on the green, he had the same look that Carson has, being close, but in a hazard. And you can see, too, it's got different terminology going back to your original question, Sam. If Carson makes the birdie, he just wins this hole. They have it, or they split the hole if he gets a par. Carson did not take into account the bunker lip. And Carson
hit the bunker
should
lip.
have known that. Carson
That is
being a veteran
unfortunate.
player, this is the thing, right? In a normal match, he would have gone down 1 or 2 strokes, right? Because he would have got a bogey, but he just lost one no matter what because it's match play. So Vinny is 1 up on Carson right now. He does have the honors on his par 3.
In real life.
It's not the word. Yeah, he is bummed because he had a really good shot. It was on a zip line
Yeah.
there.
Too low of an angle to get over that lip.
Very uncharacteristic of Carson too, because just in the last match, they were calling each other off, going over strategy. So you can see that when you don't have someone holding you accountable,
100%.
it is a whole different game when you're playing solo.
No caddy out here. It's just you and yourself. Good looking shot there.
It's going to be left a little bit, but hopefully not too far left that it misses the green distance. Looks a
the
little
distance.
long. So you know what? Another safe play here from Vinny. We know he should be able to get at least a par from that distance, judging by the last hole. We'll see if Carson can put one right up close to that pin. What's your play on this, Sam? Are you moving the line at all like we just saw Carson to give himself an even bigger spot?
I'd like to play a little bit of a draw. I think Carson likes that as well. Honestly, like with the way this hole is laid out, it's nice too because you cut a little bit off of the water.
Yep.
You give yourself a slightly shorter distance. So even if you were to push one out a little right, it's not the worst thing. You're still gonna have a look at your birdie, even though it'll be a small one.
Yep.
Carson's wedge game
Carson
has
on
improved.
a line right there. That
Wow.
was G money. Look at
What
that.
a shot. Carson's wedge game is just off the charts from even a couple of months ago. He's always had that kind of like low liner, but the wedges, he's just
Wedges,
ripping them.
he's
They're
got
coming
that.
up nice and high, nice and backspin. I love that.
Dude, yeah, Carson and the rest of the crew here at Dobson, they have been out putting in
work.
absolute work on the golf course this year. They've been taking advantage of these hot summers, days off, long days, getting off work early to go out and play. There's been no shortage of practice, and it's really shown for a lot of these guys. I mean, we talked about earlier, his partner, Winston, he's only played for 10 months.
Yep.
And Winston probably would have to give me 5 strokes a side at this point.
I played with Winston the other day. We got about 4 holes in, and I believe he was 3 under through 4.
Jeez.
He was just on lock. He was just feeling it. Get in. Oh.
It's all right. Another safe par there for Vinny. We'll see if Carson can take this opportunity and go ahead, claw his way back into all square. Target selection is another big piece, Sam. What's your preference? If you've got everything equal, you've got all the targets on the board, what's your yardage you like to go for? How much risk reward do you like to play?
I go right about at the 100 stake every single time. I like the strategy. Carson will play it deep too. If you can see those kind of back 4, you almost always kind of have like interconnecting room for par. So it's nice to be able to just aim out there and know you're getting a par. But for me, I like to try to find a wedge thing, wedge number, and kind of chase it. And that'll be fine. Even if it misses birdie, it's good.
Carson's might be fading right into that inner ring. Wow.
That's
He was
brutal.
just a sliver short. I don't even know.
That is brutal. So it was a par.
Yeah, it was a par, man. Hole halved. It's still, Carson's only one down. We've got 4 more holes to go. There's plenty of action left. And again, even if Vinny was to win this next hole, Carson would have 3 more shots and he only needs to win 2 of them. So definitely not out of this by any means. But this match has been a lot more even than I would have expected.
You know, it just goes to show Carson's going to put in real work.
Yeah.
Because Vinny is a very, very tough competitor. He gets in your head right out the gates. He just hits it down the middle every time, which can be very, very, it really hurts you.
The wind and everything is settled here. Dude, that is not the direction you want to miss on this hole. He just left the door wide open for Carson. I think it's going to put him where he crossed out. I don't think it's going to make him re-tee. So Carson with an amazing opportunity here.
Yeah.
Then he just put it in the water.
This is a fairly short par 5. I think Carson's got an eagle in his pocket.
Right.
And if he decides, now he has the option. You look up at the green, there's water left. It can be risky to go for the eagle. He might be able to win it with a birdie here.
Exactly.
Possibly even par.
He's going to his utility wedge, same strategy as he had on hole number 1. He just wants to take the water out of play. Nice safe shot. Basically, he's down to miss right. It's not really anything too troublesome. There's not a ton of trees, so he might end up with some sand. But anything, as long as he keeps the ball dry, he's going to be off to a good start on this hole.
Yeah. And I predict a low laser beam right down the center.
Dude, look at
That's
that.
the one.
Are you a prophet, Sam?
Yeah. I've
Are
seen
you
him
from
hit
the
that,
future?
I've seen him hit that club a couple of times. Nice little Callaway hybrid there.
That UW, man. He's loved that club ever since he got it dialed in, figured out. Leaving himself a smooth 180 to the pin. Again, he's going to have to weigh his options. Does he lay up, aim right, take the water out, and nuzzle it up close? I guess everything's going to be indicated based off this shot. And this could be the exact hole that I stroked out last time we played. I hit like 7 shots left into the same water and refused to lay up. I learned a hard lesson that day.
I've had a couple like that out here on the top tracer. You just feel like you hit it in a straight line every time you get there.
Yeah.
But it's tricky.
Right? It's always the what ifs. And you know what? Not having the pain of losing a physical golf ball.
Yes.
I'm way ballsier than when I know each one of those is like $3, boom, gone.
That's a really, really nice shot. And that's going to get it back in the hole, absolutely.
Dude, yeah.
He's got an up and down for his par, if my math is
there
correct.
It is.
So, now you have to decide if you're Carson. Do you try, stick this close, give yourself a good look at an eagle from 183 yards, or do you just aim center green? You'll still have your eagle look if you hit it, and just try to play for at least your birdie.
Yep. Looks like Carson's going with a combo. He pulled it away from the water a little bit, but not as aggressively as he could have. He's basically aiming for the center of the green, playing off what we talked about earlier. He knows the yardage. It's not a crazy carry. He's got the shallowest part of the bunker here, and he's just hoping to get on the green, putting, because once you're doing that, the worst you can do is a 3-putt in top tracer, knowing that Vinny's going to have to get up and down just to save a par.
And that's a little left, but it's cutting back, and I think it's going to be really good.
I think that shot's going to be A-okay for Carson. Look,
that just barely.
I'm just going to put this one into the ether too. He is going to have to contend with another lip, so don't forget that, Carson.
Carson's had some bad luck so far out the gates on the putting surface here. He's had a lot of these rings that look real promising, but he's got something in the way that's making it tricky.
Yep.
Two shots you got to go up high with. Vinny, honestly, the door's open. If Vinny sticks one close, this could flip around on its head quick.
You know, it's going to be interesting too, because I'm hearing Carson over here over our shoulder. If Vinny fails to get up and down for par, it is an auto win. So does Carson not really care if he hits the lip because he's banking on Vinny to do it? Is he going to go for a target he normally wouldn't just to play over the lip?
Vinny will do it. That's right on it. Almost hits the pin.
Looked like he was going to smash that pin. Talk about another time Carson got shafted. He hit the pin and it bounced like 30 yards back one of the nights we were playing on this.
Carson finds a way on the top tracer here to really work the system.
If you're out there and you've got a question about how top tracer works or how you could break it, Carson will find out for you.
He's got all the exploits.
Going for 71, right?
Yes.
Going for the 71.
Yep, the 48-yard shot out in the middle is out of play. There's no circle on that one because of the hazard.
That's a pro tip for anyone playing top tracer. If it doesn't have a circle on it, you can't aim for him. Rethinking.
Reassessing if he wants to go for the 71 yards. I bet you he's considering going for the 100-yard because he could still get it up and out of the lip at that distance with his wedges you've been talking about. But once you get in the 130, 140, he's hitting probably like a gap wedge. Those tend to come out lower.
And his wedges come out low to start.
Yeah. Carson plays Arizona golf to a tee. He takes advantage of all the roll that's out here at these courses when it's nice and hard.
That should get up and over.
Oh, that looks good. It's gonna hang out a little left, but that still has a good chance. Wow, a little long even.
It's a good
Carson
swing.
been hitting the weights, dude. Look at it. Is that the ball mark right there in the center of the club face?
Wow, that's crispy. So this is a must make. Gotta be a par.
Yep. As you guys can see, it would even be to have the hole. So no matter what, Vinny will not be gaining ground. So Carson walks away feeling not too bad after that hole.
I think it was just a nice solid par.
Yeah.
Landing on the green would have been huge for his chance at birdie, and that little misplay to hang it out left of the bunker cost him his birdie, but I think this should at least be a half, and most likely will be a victory. See if Vinny can step up right here. Got 11 feet at that 71-yard marker.
This one's a good example, like Sam was talking about. You can see even these front targets, because Vinny was so close, are all kind of absorbed. So he's got basically one small dead zone between the 48-yard and the 100-yard target. And other than that, man, any other match he would be in for pretty easy.
That's
it's
a
gonna
good
be a
shot.
little.
See if it's his number. Oh,
Wow,
that's huge.
and he has the hole. That's clutch by Vinny right there. And then we technically have that one too.
That's incredibly big for Vinny there. Because
that was big. That's the second big clutch shot we had. You know, earlier before you'd made it, him and Rob in their alternate shot, they had like a 2-foot target for eagle, and Rob just stuck it after Winston and Carson accidentally got a net eagle. They made a birdie, but they were getting a stroke.
Think about this. Vinny started that hole off by hitting his driver straight into the water.
Yeah.
And he was still able to par it. It's huge.
Yeah.
Both the score and the confidence.
Interesting here, electing still to go for the driver when that there's water 300 yards out. You know, Vinny is not typically the longest hitter, but tonight he had been hitting the ball kind of far. I would have questioned the driver. He's in the water again, giving Carson just another shot. Carson off camera saying, "If I lose," everyone at home comment and make fun of him.
I mean,
forever second place. That's Carson's true nickname here.
Vinny's been Superman before. Can he do it again? He's got to really pull something special. Look at the position he's in, sitting on the side of the bank on the left.
He's probably got a solid 180, 190 yard shot. I think
If
171 is what he's got left. Yeah, could have some tree trouble. Carson, I'm guessing he's electing to go with like a 5-iron or something here.
Yeah, he's keeping it in play.
4-iron. 4-iron. I just got notified.
You don't. This isn't a hole where I don't think you have to go for it. I respect Vinny's play of sending it with the driver because it's a great. You'll be in position A1 if you hit it well, but I think iron is very good.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I want to play this hole. I'm tempted to go like golden tee on it, move it right, and aim at that other tee box.
And try to carry it.
Yeah, try and carry it. Carson did not look like he liked that.
But it's gonna be dry. It's just gonna be a little bit of ways.
No tree trouble either.
226.
So Carson is going to be met with another tough decision. Does he attempt to go for the green here and take full advantage of Vinny going in the water, or is he just going to lay up? But even laying up could be sketchy because if he accidentally lays up in that 30-something yard buffer, then he's going to be stuck putting from way out.
For me, laying up's not an option here because of exactly what you said about the water. It's just too risky. Even if you try to find a number short of it, there's such a high chance you might end up there. I think 226, put on the gas pedal, go get yourself a win right here.
Yeah, thankfully too, he doesn't have anything he needs to carry in the way of bunkers in front of the green. So he can hit one of his patented low runners and just land it there, run it through the fairway up onto the green to this front pin.
And 226 and he's pulled an iron, so he's very confident in his distance.
It looked like a little extra oomph on that one after that
He's
tee
gonna
shot.
compress that ball.
Nice ball, Chris.
There it is. It's going to be right a fair bit, but right. Oh,
Hit a
no.
tree.
Hits a tree square on, dude.
And we've got to come up with a name at this point for the Carson top tracer moments. There has to be a...
Dude, the Carson curse, man.
The Carson curse strikes again. That was a beautiful shot.
Cheese and
hit
rice,
a palm tree.
man. So, all things square now. They're both hitting 3.
But
Carson's in a way worse spot, it looks like.
Carson's
we don't know
in the
how
jungle.
dense the trees are for Vinny. Carson's played enough top tracer. He's seen enough tips. Another pro tip for everybody at home, if you look super close at your screen when you're in person, you can kind of see the middle of each tree, and you can make an educated guess if you line it up between the middle of each of them. Really, then you just got to avoid branches. But when it's this thick on the main screen, it is really tough to pick a line that you know is clear.
Yep. It's just a find a line you like and pray.
Yeah, the leaves don't seem to slow anything down, but if you hit like wood, you hit hardwood, you hit broadside of a house, you hit any sort of fence, that stuff all matters. Anything that's solid will bounce you back.
Just get through, give him something.
Numbers are still going up.
He's over the water.
Dude, that was a pretty
Could've been
good
worse.
shot in. He does have 50 yards. We'll see how Vinny ends up. But again, with Vinny only being 1 up, I think they have 2 holes left after this. It's not a bad spot for Carson, because even if he loses this hole by like a lot, he's only 2 down. So again, one of the advantages of match play and why we're doing it gross, because to have a handicap and match play, it would have to be a significant difference in the skill of the golfers.
This is gonna be an interesting shot. There's one tree in Vinny's way. I think he plans to be well over the top of it. But it's definitely not the easiest shot. Pin looks like it's pretty close in the front.
And there
He
he
hits it
is.
very high. That was well done.
It is going to be left, so it won't be pin seeking. Will he carry the bunker is really the next question.
Yeah.
And he did. He caught the front as it rolls out.
Nicely done there. Great recovery shot.
At this point, Carson just needs to shake this hole off. Come back on the next one.
I do think you're seeing with Vinny his ability to hit one in the driver, or hit a driver in the water and be entirely unfazed by it. Step
Yep.
up to his next shot and hit the green.
Right?
That's the difference in the game so far.
That is the textbook definition of play your game, right? Like, he's not paying attention to what's happening with Carson and his score, not paying attention to anything. He walks up, he doesn't even look at the line half the time. He just trusts, if I hit it straight, it's towards the pin, top tracer won't do me wrong.
Yep.
That's left, but the distance should be pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, he's in the first cut there. We'll see how Vinny does. I think Vinny drops it in the center. It's a win. If he hits that middle ring, he forces Carson to have to hit the center to have it.
It's looking pretty good here for Vinny. I think coming down to these last couple of holes, Carson's going to need to really reach deep and find that confidence, because after having 2 holes where you thought you'd come away with a win,
Right. Vinny did leave the door open twice, and Carson went ahead and just pulled that closed for him.
yes. That's really nice by
Vinny,
Vinny.
just like a freaking machine, man. This guy's got this 100-yard shot absolutely dialed. A little long, so he does force Carson to go for that inner ring. Let's see, Carson's got about a 10 to 15-yard ring, depending on which target he goes for.
Here's a guy who needs a big shot right here. If there was a moment to hit a big shot, it's right now.
Right? Looks like Carson elected to go for the deeper targets with the bigger landing zone. If it cuts enough, that will be perfect for the purple.
Yeah.
Just like that, Carson keeps it within 1 with 2 holes to go. Phenomenal shot.
He handled it like a champ right there. It was looking bleak, but he still won despite a couple of mishaps on the last hole. Only 1 up, or only 1 down.
I didn't win either hole.
How many holes we got left?
I believe there's 2 more holes to play. There's a par 3 and likely a par 5. They usually do 2 of each when we do these 6-hole matches.
So I think Vinny's looking to close it out here. He's had enough goofing around.
Yep,
He's looking to shut the door.
Vinny's looking for a win on this hole, and we'll see Top Tracer will kick him straight out of the match, just done. That'd be cool if they added a press option.
Yeah.
Dude, just like
Great
that,
shots.
Vinny hits one to freaking 2 yards.
Wow.
Wow.
And we were waiting.
Really not much else to say.
Yeah, and he did it. That is
I think the tap-in's
impressive.
got to be within a yard. So, not quite Vinny.
You can see it in Carson's eyes. He wants it. Right here.
Carson just had a high-pressure shot. Let's see if he can do 2 in a row.
He wants it bad.
6 and 9s there. They look the same. One's just upside down. So Carson pulling a 9-iron, probably going to give it a nice smooth swing. He's hunting for the pin on this one. Ace Cam's live.
Now, could be wrong, but I think Carson's first ever hole-in-one was from a similar yardage.
That's right.
But he
He
can
did
do
it
the same club.
He did it here at Dobson Ranch.
Dobson Ranch.
Out on hole number 7. In the middle of a money match too, nonetheless.
And I like that shot. Could be overcutting on him, but it looks pretty good. Can't complain about
There
that.
it is. Gives himself a fair chance to have this hole because I'm pretty confident that Vinny is not going to miss the inner ring on this one, but you never know.
He's got to make birdie, right?
Yeah, Carson's got to put as much pressure as physically possible onto Vinny right here, so he really needs this birdie. Dude, I'm going to bet that Vinny's going to have like 20-something feet for birdie.
We've got a yardage correction on Vinny's. He's only 1.8 from the flag stand. That is going to be tough to beat.
Carson again goes for the longer targets. Oh, man, that's twice now. One time he was on the line, one time he was just a hair short. And there it is, everybody. Sam talked about it earlier tonight. All those targets mashed together. Vinny just sends his normal 100-yard shot out there, and he pretty much can't miss.
100 yards down the middle, man.
It's looking like something disastrous would have to happen to.
This is to bring, this is to bring the series for the evening to 1-1. So we're gonna put it all on this last match. Who knows though? Crazier things that happen. Could get a hosel rocket. Could leave it way out right to have the hole. At which point we got the sudden death hole. And he does not do that.
That's gonna work.
He drops an absolute dime. He might even hit the flag just to show off.
There it is.
I think that's it. There it is.
Vinny with the win.
With 1 hole left, Vinny goes 2 up, and that is it, everybody. Congratulations to Vinny. Sam, thank you so much for joining me on the mic. I think you're going to be playing in the next match, man. So
Okay.
I think we're going to do a 3-person. This one's going to be net stroke play, so we're going to be using everyone's handicaps. We do have a different handicapping system for Top Tracer because there's no real putting. And stroke play instead of match play is kind of the opposite of what we just watched. Every single stroke's going to count. So this was a stroke play match. Vinny would have gotten absolutely roasted by those OB shots, but because they were able to pull him back, didn't really allow Carson to pull away.
Yeah.
Sam, good luck. Thanks again for joining me, man.
Thank you very
Tell
much.
everyone where they can find all your content, man. You're always playing fun, creative games in the game of golf.
Thank you very much.
Doing everything you
Just
can, man.
anywhere you look up Sam Jagoda Golf, I'm probably there. So
Yep.
thanks for having me.
Perfect, man. I'll see you guys for match number 3.